Hello, and welcome to part 1 of my Legacy Generations Challenge. So I am super excited to start the Legacy Challenge in The Sims 4, but I'm not just doing the regular Legacy Challenge. This challenge is called the Legacy Generations Challenge, so there's a little bit of a twist or an addition to this challenge, I would say. So I will definitely explain what that means and show you some of the rules. So my founder for my legacy is going to be Stella Reason, and I'm just going to jump right into it and show you some of the rules. Okay, so these are the regular Sims 4 Legacy Challenge rules, and I guess I'll just preface this whole challenge with I'm not going to be super strict on following everything because I'm here to have fun and kind of use them as a guideline, but I'm going to follow them as much as possible while still making it fun for myself. So very briefly, this challenge is about self-imposed rules that change the way you play the game, and it's just a challenge for yourself to have a different experience in The Sims. A single founder is moved into a giant lot starting out in poverty, and you build the house, build their wealth, and ultimately bring in the next generation. And then the goal, I guess, is to make it through 10 full generations. So the question is, what kind of legacy will you leave? Okay, so you move into a 50 by 50 or larger lot size, and you start with 1,800 simoleons. Now on to the succession laws. So there are many types of restrictions you can put on your heirs to the next generation. One of them is the gender law. So you can pick only females, only males, or have equality. So the one I will be following is equality. Both boys and girls are eligible for the title of heir. The next one is bloodline law. So this is about if you are following natural born or adopted children to be eligible, and the modern one kind of fits that because both are eligible to be named as heir, but I will probably be following a little more of the traditional route in the sense that I will pick natural borns more often, but adopted children will be taken into consideration if we really like them. And not just because they're the only choice. Okay, and the next one is the heir law, which is about which child is selected. So you can choose firstborn, lastborn. There's many different ways you can do it. I kind of just want to see which child I like the best for the role, whichever one fits the best, but I kind of like how they have different options like the living will, who has the highest friendship, or having a random pool drawing if we like everybody, or a democracy where we kind of vote, or I guess would vote on who I like the best. Okay, and then the last one is the species law. I'm gonna say we're tolerant to other species, which is like alien or, any of the other types of occult sims. Okay, and now on to the part that's a little bit different than the regular Sims 4 Legacy Challenge. So I made a little Tumblr post on my MellowSimmer's Tumblr page, and the post is just a little more detail into the Generations Challenge that was already posted. And of course, I'm going to link all of these challenge rules in the description of this video. But I'm going to go ahead to the original post on the Generations Challenge rules. So the Sims 4 Generations Challenge was made by Jess X Sims, as far as I know. And it's basically saying that most rules are the same as the regular Legacy Challenge, but for each generation, there are specific things that you have to do. So it just goes through all of the requirements for Generation 1 through Generation 10, and that could be how many kids you have, or different things you have to accomplish, or skills or jobs, different things like that. So Jess X Sims kind of talks about how the Generations Challenge is just to give a theme or personality to each generation, which I think is so cool. But today I'll mainly be focusing on Generation 1. Okay, so back to my Tumblr post, which is just a revamp of the post by Jess X Sims. I basically just gave a little description on each of the generations that she posted and just gave them a little title and a little bit more detail and personality. So, Generation 1, I'm calling the nuclear family, and I tried to give them all like witty names that go along with their theme. So Generation 1 is supposed to have a boy and a girl and be good friends with them and like throwing parties. So I kind of was inspired by that and thought Generation 1 is kind of trying to have a nuclear family, which I think is to have one boy and one girl and to try to have a perfect little life. But I'm saying that it's not so perfect because each generation I'm going to be giving a negative trait, and this generation is going to have the slob trait. So in our case, she will be a little bit messy and not so put together all the time, but she'll also, our sim will also have the perfectionist trait just because she's trying to live as perfectly as possible even though it's not going her way. So she tries to create and maintain a perfect nuclear family but can't always seem to live up to that expectation. And she definitely enjoys hosting parties and being the center of attention. So that will be our Generation 1 sim. Also just added a little inspiration by giving them a favorite color for each generation and a job to try to have. I went ahead and picked the color purple as Generation 1's favorite, and the job is going to be the lawyer career from Discovery University. And I'll just quickly go through the other titles I gave to the rest of the generations so that you kind of get a feel for the themes that we'll be seeing throughout the series. So Generation 2 is going to be Friends with Words, kind of a play on words with friends, and they are going to be the moody author. Generation 3 will be Live Dangerously. So the criminal career is in their future. Generation 4 is The More the Merrier. So this one is definitely about having a lot of kids and adopting some too. Generation 5 is Music is Life. So obviously will be the musician career. Okay, and then Generation 6 is called Big Family Problems. Generation 7 is called Cupid's Arrow. Generation 8 is called Smarty Pants because you think you're so clever. Generation 9 is the Secret Agent Fam. And finally, Generation 10, Living the Dream. So this would be the final generation. And that is the Generations Challenge revamp, so just a little bit more on top of what Jess X Sims already made. Okay, so we are in Create a Sim with Stella, and I'm just going to show you the outfits that I gave her. So she has a couple looks for each outfit type, and I did give her a little bit of purple since I'm saying that's her favorite color. And she has a few different hairstyles to go along with her different looks. But overall, I really like Stella, and I think she is really cute. So I am so excited to get started with her. So we have a very attractive founder, if I do say so. And I'll just give her this feminine walk style. But we are going to go ahead and put her into our game. Okay, so I have to pick a season. Let's see. Should she start in spring, summer, fall, or winter? I think I normally start in spring, so I am going to pick summer this time. And I want to move her into Windenburg. I need to find a 50 by 50 lot or one that's bigger. So, I mean, I can move her into a 64 by 64 lot. But I think I'm going to have to move out some townies and bulldoze their house to do that. Okay, so I moved out some townies, and now Stella can move into their 64 by 64 lot. Alrighty, so here is our lot, where the whole Reason legacy is supposed to live. And I am going to set her household funds to 1,800 simoleons to start with, and let's see what we can build with that. So I definitely am going to do a little speed build, and let's see what we can buy that's essential for Stella to survive the first few days of this challenge. So she definitely needed a bed and a shower and some place to use the bathroom, so I got her the bush. And instead of a fridge, I went with a cooler just for now, and she can buy a fridge once she makes a little money. I'm gonna give her this cute little purple door. And she is now gonna live in this nice little brick shack with one light bulb. And I'm gonna give her a little pathway. It's a charming little place to live. Definitely some humble beginnings to start out with as our founder. Alright, so now we are in game, and I just want to mention that I won't be filming every single thing that happens throughout this challenge, but I will definitely show the important things and then update you if anything important happens off camera. But yes, definitely the big life events will be filmed. Did you see that car? That was a nice car. They are definitely in a nice neighborhood. I love Windenburg. But yeah, like skill building and maybe some other not important gameplay will be off camera.
Oh, Kinaya.
I know, Stella, you don't have a lot of money right now or a lot of things, but it's okay. You're gonna work your way up. Ooh, she's playing with some butterflies. How cute. That's such a sweet animation. Oh, and now she is playful. Okay, I'm gonna get her to take a selfie just to commemorate her first day at her house. And that's nice, the purple door was behind her. And I'll just pop it on the wall back here so we can remember this day and put it in a frame. Alright, so I'm going to have her go inside, and we are going to have her look for a job. So Stella does want to become a lawyer someday, but she doesn't know how to do that yet. So she's just going to get a little part-time job to start with, because those are probably realistically the easiest to do, and because she doesn't know how to get that job in the law career yet. And even though she aspires to do that, she's gonna have to figure out how and make some connections first. So she got a part-time job at a fast food restaurant, and she actually doesn't have work for 2 days, so she's gonna have to save her money. But I'm gonna have her go ahead and purchase some fruit seeds so that she can have a little garden to grow food for herself and to possibly sell. Ooh, she got some grapes and bananas, so we are gonna have her plant those now. And she changed into one of her hot weather outfits with a new hairstyle. Very cute, Stella. We are just gonna watch her water her garden. The welcome wagon has arrived. So let's have her go ahead and invite them in. We have some neighbors and they're so nice to welcome us to the neighborhood. Oh, and they brought us some fruit cake, so we can have her try that. It's also good because it lasts a while, so she'll probably be eating that fruit cake for a few days. Okay, this is really funny because there's so many people in her tiny little house right now. But they are all acting very nice, even though it's kind of crowded in here. Oh, and we have another guest at the door. It's Becca from Discover University, actually. Okay, let's have her try the fruitcake and see if she likes it or not. I think it's a hidden trait that some Sims like it and some Sims hate fruitcake. So let's see what Stella thinks of it. And it says her personality archetype is the hero and greedy. She also got the inspector, which is an introverted trait. She's a practical and fact-minded individual whose reliability cannot be doubted. Popular hobbies include concentration games like chess, Trivial Pursuit, playing computer games, watching sporting events, pursuing physical fitness, and playing solitary sports such as golf. Very cool. Also, the hero personality type kind of makes them appear arrogant because they want to prove that they are courageous and confident, and since she has a lot of self-confidence, that might be how her personality comes across sometimes. And then also the greedy archetype is about, saving money because obviously she does not have a lot of money right now, so she kind of needs that to make sure that she is saving money and finding ways to make money, but it may appear to other Sims that she is a little selfish at times just because she can be stingy. But I still love Stella, even though her personality can kind of be both negative and positive. That's what makes her more realistic to me. Oh, and Peeping Tom, or Tom Peeping, is outside, and he actually has a great big window to look at us while he sleeps, so not ideal. I'm gonna have her get to know these ladies a little bit, so maybe she can have some friends in town. Okay, Stella just burped in front of them. But I think having the slob trait makes her have lower manners and be a bit more flatulent, like burping and such. But she is making friends with these ladies, so let's travel with some of our new neighbors and friends. Alright, they are gonna go to the bar nearby. We've arrived at the Shrieking Llama bar. And she does hate fruitcake, by the way. Also, she's thinking, I am all that. Very much in line with her personality, so definitely love that. Ooh, and there is someone dressed up in a very nice ball gown in the middle of the day. Okay, so let's see if Stella will meet anyone and just have a little bit of fun now that she's new in town. And I'm just having her play a little bit, and while she does that, I'm gonna have a look around the town. So this bar or pub is really close to where we live, so I think there's our neighbors, and our house is over here. A really tiny, charming little cottage at the moment. So yeah, it's not too far away, so this is kind of like a local place that she might want to hang out. Oh my goodness, this view is beautiful. That is a lovely golden sim sunset if I've ever seen one. Apparently it's guys' night at the bar. I'm just gonna get Stella to do a little bit of dancing while she's here. And oh no, oh my goodness, she bought a drink that cost the rest of her simoleons, so it must have been like 12 simoleons, and now we have 0 money. We have no money. Oh goodness. I was hoping that she would keep that much money until we made more, but it looks like we're gonna be utilizing any free things in The Sims. And we're gonna have to get creative because Stella thought it was more important to grab a drink tonight than have any money until 2 days from now. Well, you better enjoy that drink, that vodka soda. That's all I'm saying. Please enjoy that because that is the rest of our money. Her being gross is making everyone in the bar dislike her. So, not off to a great start with all of these townies, but you know, she's making poor choices already. But she's definitely enjoying herself, dancing away. I don't know what's up with that door glitching behind her. It's really odd, and I can't seem to fix it even in build mode, so we're just gonna have to pretend like it's a normal door and not like a wall. Alright, it's getting a little late and she was there a long time, so I'm gonna send her home now. And I guess she's just gonna go ahead and jog home since she lives so close. Hello. Oh, and there's another Sim in a very formal gown in the middle of the road. I wonder what event was going on today. Something must have been happening. Okay, so I didn't catch it on camera, but Stella just got invited to sleep over at Becca's house, and she's actually at university, so she just invited us to her dorm, and we're gonna head there now because I think that Stella would want to be friends with her, and it would probably be good to get to know somebody at university, since that might be a way into interning at a law firm. Alright, so we are here at the dorm, and we've just learned that Becca is majoring in language and literature at University of Bridechester. And talking to Becca, she found out that that major could also lead down the path of becoming an attorney, so a lawyer. And that's something that she needs she needs some stuff for her period. But yes, that is something that Stella wants to pursue. So she's gonna talk to her a little bit more and find out what she needs to do to get into university or possibly intern. Okay, so she is talking with Becca about university and her major and what Stella wants to do. And Becca tells her that even though it might be expensive to get into university, that there are scholarships that Stella could apply for since she doesn't have a lot of money right now, and that if she has some skills to prove to the university, like on her resume, that she could possibly get into Bridechester and study language and literature and get a distinguished degree, just like she is. So she's learning a lot of good information from her new friends, and hopefully she can apply for some scholarships and build some skills to get into Bridechester, because Stella definitely has big ambitions in her dream to have a perfect life. Okay, so I sent Stella back home, and it is pouring down raining here in Windenburg, but she definitely needs a shower, so she's gonna go ahead and do that. And she's feeling focused right now, and remaining calm, I guess because of the storm. Okay, so I am adding some new townies that hopefully Stella can meet around Windenburg and make some friends and potential romantic interests. I'm hoping that she'll meet them out in the world, but if she doesn't, then I might have her go and meet them at their house. She is eating some fruitcake, even though she doesn't like it, but it does last forever, basically, so it does not go bad. And it looks like our garden is starting to grow a little bit. I don't know why only one of the grapes is growing. I might have to fix that if it's a glitch, but our plantain trees are also growing. I gave her the nerd brain aspiration, so she wants to read some books and build some logic skills, so I'm going to send her to the library to build some skills. So Stella's gonna work on her logic skill by playing some chess, and oh look, her little university friend's gonna join her. But she's also going to read some books and just try to get part of her aspiration complete. I'm having her build a little bit of charisma skill to help her get into university. And also, she's just gonna try a little bit of perfume. I've never used that before. She's taking a few pictures as well because I want to sell them since she spent all of her remaining money on alcohol last night. So she needs something to survive the next day. Eat more fruitcake, honey.
Yeah.
And she's gonna fertilize the bush for the first time at her house. Soon enough, we will try to get her some proper appliances and like a toilet and everything. Oh, it says unbalanced meals from eating too many quick meals or desserts. Well, I guess our dessert of fruitcake, which we don't even like, is starting to take a toll on Stella. There she is. And actually, since she's been out in the town and hasn't seen those new townies that I made, I'm gonna go ahead and say that she's gonna go for a walk in their neighborhood and just so happen to meet up with them. So they ended up being outside of their house, so I'm gonna say she was walking by and introduced herself to a couple of people, and if they do invite her inside, she'll get to meet the rest of the household. Okay, so she finds Cameron, and Dusty attractive, so that's two promising new friends that could be potential romantic interests. And these girls are actually really cute, and I hope she can become friends with some of them because I'd like to see them around too. She thinks that Oliver is basic looking, and she still thinks that Cameron and Dusty are attractive. I think there's one more guy she's gonna meet. Oh no, she actually is uncomfortable because of an unattractive sim. Don't tell me. She thinks that Malachi is very unattractive. Ooh, guess he's off the table. But we have 2 or 3 potential romantic interests that she could get to know. So that is some good news. And also some lovely potential friends, even if the guys aren't going to be romantic. The girls and guys can be in her friend group. I just wanted to take a moment to appreciate this beautiful full moon. For some reason, the sky has been really bringing it today. That's a realistic looking moon. So, props to you, Sims. Okay, there's bats. What? Yeah, I'd be freaking out too. OMG. But Stella is off to her first day of work at the fast food place, cleaning some tables. She brought home a whopping 64 simoleons, but I guess it's better than nothing. Nice outfit, my friend. Okay, but I think since she talked with Becca about university, she should check her scholarships that she applied for and see if she got any of them. Okay, so she actually was awarded both of the scholarships, the Education for All and the Windenburg residence, so it's a total of $800 towards her tuition. So she only needs to save up a little bit for her first semester. And I'm thinking that she could also have met perhaps a professor on campus that gave her some connection to becoming an intern at a law firm. So I'm gonna have her go ahead and find a job in the law career. She looks so sad. I think it's really because she's dehydrated, but maybe she just doesn't really like working in the fast food industry and is really hoping that she will get to become a lawyer someday and that she can find an interning position soon and make a little more money also. Alright, so she'll make $15 an hour and she'll start as a processing server. Filing a legal motion is her first task. So she's definitely going to go ahead and do that to get a jump start on her first day. And for that, we have to head back to the library to use the computer. Nice, that leveled up her logic also. Aw, and Becca also called us to congratulate us on landing a new job in the law career. So she definitely helped us out with helping us make connections and figuring out what to do as our next step. I'm gonna have Stella try painting out and see if that will give us a little bit more money since she is not making like any right now. So hopefully we can just paint a few paintings to sell. Her first painting is some fruit. It's actually poor quality, but I guess that's to be expected because it's the first time she's painted anything, so she will just get better from here. Oh, but she is embarrassed that it was poor quality because of her perfectionist trait. She tried really hard, but since it wasn't good, she is a little bit upset about it. Her second painting seems to be going well. Aw, she's so cute painting in the middle of like the town square. What a little budding artist. Alright, I know it's late, but I'm gonna have her do one more painting before she heads home. I am so glad that she's our founder. She's so cute. Look at her little worried face because she's worried about not getting it perfect, but that's something she'll have to learn, that she can't always do everything perfect the first try. Well, I think that this legacy challenge is off to a great start, and I am super excited to continue this series and see where it takes us. So I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!